bow your head if you would like to. Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm has bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee for those in peril on the sea. Lord, guard and guide all those who fly and all those who on the ocean ply. Be with our troops upon the land and all who for their country stand. Oh, be their guardian day and night, and may our trust and theirs be in thy might. Heavenly Father, may we fear, love, and trust in you above all things. You have given us this good land as our heritage and a navy to guard the seas. Receive our thanks tonight for the constitutional liberties that we enjoy. In this time of harvest, may we remember your generosity with thanksgiving. Bless Shepherdsville with honest industry, truthful education, and an honorable way of life. Save us from violence and discord and confusion, from pride and arrogance, and from every evil course of action. Support us tonight in defending life and liberty in the pursuit of a common happiness that is interested in the joy of our neighbor. Raise up wise voters who seek your good and the good of our neighbor. Guide our school boards, our principals, our teachers, our aides and staff. Use our public and private education institutions as a support for our parents who love our children. Guard our coaches and young athletes in the honor and excellence that we experience as we play the game. Give to those who have entrusted the authority of government the spirit of wisdom, that there may be order and justice and peace in and around our homes. Be with those who are cold tonight. Be with those who help them be out of the elements. Give your angels watch over us, that no evil may befall us. Guard and guide our mayor, Jose, our council, and all who hold public office. As you have promised, freedom for us and your Son, so now provide guidance by your Holy Spirit. This I ask for our good and your glory. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor Thomas, as always, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I need something to clean this class real quick. There isn't any. All right, so Miss Brenda, time is 6:04. Can I get a call to order, please?
Okay, Bonnie,
Here.
Brad,
Here.
Jennifer is out today.
Oh, I haven't heard from you.
She was in Florida. I don't know.
Oh, I thought she was back today.
Rob,
Okay.
Here.
Faith,
Here.
and Mike.
Here.
Thank you, council. All right, I need approval for our meeting notes on September 22nd. Need a motion?
Motion.
Brad? I got
Second.
second for Rob. Miss Brenda?
Mike,
Yes.
Faith,
I guess I'm going to recuse myself from voting. I wasn't here.
Rob,
Yes.
okay, Jennifer's out. Brad,
Yes.
and Bonnie.
Yes.
All right, I need approval for a special meeting on October the 13th as well.
Motion.
Motion by Rob,
Second.
second by Brad.
Rod,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Faith,
I'm going to recuse myself again.
Bonnie,
Yes.
and Mike.
Yes.
And last but not least, for our regular council meeting on October the 13th.
Motion.
Motion by Rob.
Second.
Guys are getting good at that.
Bonnie,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Faith,
Yes.
and Mike.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you all. We got, on your presentations, you have Courtney first, we've got bids, and then I've got a couple things we're adding to our presentations. But let's start with Miss Amber. Miss Courtney. She was old news. Come on up, Miss Courtney.
Hello, and I'm going to just do a quick update. I'm going to introduce a couple of key economic indicators that we want to keep an eye on and just be aware of, and then talk a little bit about some more local things. So a couple of things I want to just make sure everyone is aware. I want to talk about population because that's important to our economic strength and where we're heading. So we're right now, our population growth is about 2%. 2023, we were at 14,351, and in 2024, we were almost at 14,600, and we're expecting that to go over 15,000 by the end of this year. So I just want to make sure everybody knows, when we think about the city of Shepherdsville, oftentimes we think of this little pocket of folks, but you're really thinking about 15,000 people who we are making decisions for here in this room. A couple of other very important pieces. Median income, which is the household income, is in 2023 was 71,000. 2024, 72,000. So the median means the top 1%, the bottom couple, they're gone. So this is a true indication of what our median household numbers look like. We're talking about $72,000. Again, sometimes when we think about Shepherdsville and we're putting some thought into what we're doing, I think we're underestimating where we are and how far we've come. I feel like $72,000 is extremely important, and I want to make sure we keep that in our minds as we are making decisions and as we're reaching out to businesses. Those things matter. This is a big one, housing appreciation. The median home, again, we're taking off our couple $1 million, just the 1%ers, we're taking off the foreclosures and whatnot. The median home value rose from $226-ish, give or take, in 2023 to $300,000 in 2024. And in 2025, it's increased by more than 8%, and the year's not over. So there's a couple of things happening, obviously. We have a shortage, which isn't helping. But also, again, our household median income is improving. Our quality of life is improving. The jobs we're offering are improving, and it's showing in these statistics. And a little note, the affordability and cost of living here in Shepherdsville is still 2% below the national average. So we still are affordable. We still are attractive, especially when you're looking at some of our surrounding cities. So I just wanted to throw just a couple of things. And then, you know, we do have some very strong employers. We have some industries that are making things happen. And we don't want to overlook our manufacturing, our distribution centers, insurance, finance, wholesale. Those are our top employers. Those are the top industries providing the income that ranges from $68,000 a year to $73,000 a year. So again, when we think about manufacturing, when we think about industrial parks, when we think about median incomes, please think about these numbers that are coming from 2023 and 2024, because it's really important that we base those decisions on numbers that they're living and breathing right here in Shepherdsville, and they're growing, and we should be proud of those numbers, but we also should be responding to those numbers. So a little bit of like kind of a KPI report, and then I just want to talk about a few fun things. In the name of economic development, I believe strongly that we should be paying attention to our small businesses. And our chamber has a program right now that is empowering our small businesses. So if you are not aware of the Shop Small program and some of the incentives that the chamber is providing, please get to know that program. There's a card, there's multiple businesses you can shop. And then once you get all your stamps, there's a drawing quarterly for a gift card to all of the business that participated. And so for these small businesses, it's a big deal. We're coming into the holiday season, and they live or die by the holidays. So just please keep that in mind as you think about your holiday shopping. Small businesses are popping up, and I'm proud to report that we have a couple of new small businesses right in that Buckman area where we're focusing. So we have a new boutique, and if you haven't gone, please do, because the checkout, the register is literally the bed of a truck with lit taillights. It's really cool. These are local families that have put their heart and soul into taking another space in downtown, another building, and they have made it beautiful. So I'm very proud. And then there's a med spa that's also open on Buckman. So we have a lot of growth. A lot of people are investing in our buildings and our spaces. And I just ask that you please keep an open mind and shop small business. There is a Businesses on Buckman meeting coming up on November 18th, and it'll be right here in this room at 6 o'clock. So if you can attend, please let me know. And then one last plug for my veterans. The week leading up to Veterans Day, there is a variety of events that happen, so I just want to highlight a few. Perry and your group, you're doing a fashion show on November 8th. It's the same day as the Kentucky Veterans Day Parade is November 8th, which is going to be downtown, and we have a couple local groups participating. There's a free yoga session. There's a patriotic karaoke. So we have lots of fun things going on here in our community. So if you have any questions about the veterans events, you can ask any veteran in this room, and we'll find all the information you need. If you have a veteran in this area and they are not connected with our veteran groups, please reach out to us, because we do have a great community and we are supporting each other. The mayor was on a podcast last night, and it's all about this community is just stepping up. Look at the flags we have up and down the streets. You know, it's just, I really think there's a momentum for having a lot of pride in our country, but also in our veterans, and I'm thankful to be a part of that.
I just want to add kind of the housing aspect. We talked a little bit about that, but actually over the next 2.5 years, we have actually 1,200 either homes, apartments, or condos that are going to be actually coming into the city over the next 2.5, 3 years. I mean, we're talking quite a few people moving here, so we still look at traffic, look at water. But I will tell you, a lot of the housing is focused down on 61 South. When you get closer to 245 in that area, what's nice about that, we talk a lot about the traffic impact in the city. They're kind of go 112 to go north and south on 65 instead of coming up to 116, 117, where we have a lot of congestion as it is. So we're looking at our growth and finding places that it fits. Growth is coming. A lot of the quality of life, we talked about things we talk about all the time, are going to be part of that deal. And one last thing about the veterans, I know we have a global war on terrorism that's coming in late November. It's a really 3-day event. They're bringing another wall. It's the second time that it'll actually be shown in the United States. It was in Richmond, Indiana. This is the second time. So we feel very honored to have these type of recognitions for our military. And then the Vietnam Wall comes back in 2.5 years.
Yes.
So we do want to recognize our veterans. We have over 1,000 in Bullitt County. And we try to do it. I think every year we're going to continue to add more banners to the city so more folks see their loved ones out there actually being recognized for their commitment to this country. So good stuff on that point too. And I do think the economic factors, you're going to continue to see that growth, but we really want to see some of the other businesses that we want, you know, full service restaurants, better shopping, a bowling alley, you know, things like that actually kind of accentuate the things we're doing. So keep doing that and keep, the information was useful. Do you guys have any questions? You got anything for her? Ms. Courtney, thank you. All right. Ms. Catherine, we've got some bids to open up on the furniture for the Aquatic Center.
Are we doing that before Amber?
What's that?
Are we doing that before Amber?
Amber's not coming up.
Oh, she's not.
No, I'm sorry, she's not on the presentation. I just said her name. I didn't mean to.
Okay. Okay, this bid is from ORI USA, and it is for a total amount of $612,213.17. And then, of course, it's got it broken down per items. ORI USA. Total $612,213.17.
Tom will get you all that information as well. All right.
Next one is from Munson Business Interiors. All right, and then their total amount, they've got two. So they've got originally specified total amount being $468,677.21. And then they've made some proposed alternates, and that total price would be $442,806.71. And they've also broken it down by piece.
And we'll get that to you guys to take a look at. This is for all the furniture inside and out for the Aquatic Center. That's the two? All right. So we have the two of them. We'll obviously make a decision over here in the next few days. But Tom will get that to you, and council will make sure you get both of those. Just give you some basic information, maybe just an itemized list of everything. All right. You can do that. All right. With that said, a little confusion for the, on my part, maybe Catherine and I talked about this. We have, we're doing a proclamation, resolution, and it's going to be for allocating our opioid funds. Every year we do this kind of the same things. This year I wanted to try to do something different with some of the nonprofits we have in our community. We wanted to do something that makes a difference, make an impact in these folks' lives. And we don't know what that always is, but we've got people doing that within our city, and we've got 4 organizations that we're allocating money. I think we got the 3 we're gonna do tonight, and then we're gonna do yours. But we have 4 organizations that we're actually issuing money. I want people to know that we appreciate what they do in our community to continue to make a difference when it comes to this opioid money. This is about drug awareness. This is about making that impact. We have Morgan's Mission, we have Alpha Ministries, we have Sycamore Farm, and then we have obviously Mark 12. We've got 4 of you that we're allocating money to you, and again, we'll do quarterly reports to make sure that the money is being actually handled right. But we have to do this resolution to get everything started. So when I get the council to vote on this, then we'll do the fun part. All right, so bear with us for a couple minutes. Ms. Catherine?
City of Shepherdsville, Resolution 2025-04, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute memoranda of understanding with organizations receiving opioid settlement funds for remediation purposes. Whereas the City of Shepherdsville is eligible to receive opioid abatement funds through the National Opioid Settlement and the One Kentucky Opioid Settlement Memorandum of Understanding, and whereas the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission requires participating local governments to execute MOUs and report expenditures annually in accordance with KRS 15.291, and whereas the City of Shepherdsville seeks to use opioid settlement funds exclusively for opioid remediation purposes as set forth in Exhibit E of the National Settlement Agreement and in KRS 15.291, and whereas the City of Shepherdsville has identified multiple MOUs with partnering organizations, agencies, or service providers that support opioid prevention, treatment, recovery, and harm reduction efforts, and whereas the City Council finds it in the public interest to authorize the mayor to execute said MOUs and take all necessary actions to administer opioid abatement funds in compliance with state and federal requirements, and whereas the City Council desires to ensure transparency, accountability, and lawful stewardship of opioid settlement funds through formal approval of these agreements. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Shepherdsville. 1. The City Council hereby authors the mayor to execute memoranda of understanding with the following organizations: Alpha Ministries, Reach, Rescue, and Restore Corporation. Purpose: to provide public education programs in the community to support the prevention of opioid misuse, addiction, overdoses, and overdose-related death, and to support detoxification services by distributing naloxone kits in the community. Funding amount: $10,000 from opioid settlement funds. Compliance: MOU includes reporting, benchmarks, and documentation of remediation activities per KRS 15.91. Mark 12 Ministries, Inc. Purpose: to provide or support transportation to treatment or recovery programs or services to those in need in the community. Funding amount: $10,000 from opioid settlement funds. Compliance: MOU includes reporting, benchmarks, and documentation of remediation activities per KRS 15.291. Morgan's Mission, Inc. Purpose: to provide public education programs in the community to support the prevention of opioid misuse, addiction, overdoses, and overdose-related death, and to support detoxification services by distributing naloxone kits in the community. Funding amount: $2,000 from opioid settlement funds. Compliance: MOU includes reporting, benchmarks, and documentation of remediation activities per KRS 15.291. Sycamore Farms, Kentucky, Inc. Purpose: to provide public education about opioids and the role opioids play in facilitating the exploitation and trafficking of victims in the community. Funding amount: $10,000 from opioid settlement funds. Compliance: MOU includes reporting, benchmarks, and documentation of remediation activities per KRS 15.291. 2. The mayor is further authorized to execute any related documents necessary to implement these MOUs, coordinate with the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission, and oversee fund disbursement and reporting. 3. The city shall maintain records of all opioid settlement fund expenditures and submit required reports to the Kentucky Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission. 4. This resolution will become effective immediately upon passage on this 27th day of October 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Catherine. And we've talked about it before. We've made reference to actually funding our nonprofit organizations. Again, we want to make an impact in our community with these folks. We've proven that they've actually went out there and started something that was going to help us better. Some of the folks that are less fortunate. We got to get them out of that first part of their life. How do we do that? And for all of you that we've nominated for a settlement, we want you to know that we appreciate what you're doing. We want to make sure we continue to do that, help those in need. That's what we should be doing, so I want to appreciate that. So with that said, I need a motion to accept this.
Motion.
Huh. Oh, look at that, look at you.
Second.
All right, so that's a tie. Can we get the video?
Motion.
I'll second it.
All right, I got a second. All right, counsel?
Mike,
Yes.
Faith,
Yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
and Bonnie.
Counsel,
Yes.
thank you so much. So what we'd like to do is Morgan's Mission, for the three of you, Morgan's Mission, Sycamore Farm, and Alpha Ministries, if you'll go with Miss Brenda, or you want her to?
I'll
do
take
that?
them in
All
there.
right, she's gonna actually fill out the MOUs with you, and then I got the good stuff when you come back out. I get to be your next best friend. All right, so when you guys come back out, but I would like to do something before we start. We're getting into old news, and I told this gentleman, Nathan, will you come up here for a minute, please? You know the thing about clicking that button, don't you? All right, so I wanted everybody, this is for everybody here, this is for the council, and this is for everybody watching this. I want to make sure, I told him I wanted 5 minutes. I wanted him to spend his time telling you what that program is. I've heard it called everything. And what I want to do right now is give this gentleman and his organization one opportunity. No questions, nothing like that. I just want him to do this to show you what they're doing and what it does. Not only will it be detailed that he gives us information, but it holds the community. Now you know what's expected from that. The council knows that, and so do I. No pressure, Nathan, no pressure. All right, Nathan, would you introduce yourself again and do your presentation?
Yeah, I appreciate you inviting me up here. My name is Nathan Young. I'm a minister, pastor at Mercy Hill Church here in Shepherdsville, also on the board for Mark 12 Ministries. I live at 193 Old Hickory Hill Lane in Shepherdsville. And our vision is for Grace Village to become the permanent home for the Pathway Home program. This is not a homeless shelter. I want to emphasize this. In a traditional homeless shelter, people come and go as they please. Pathway Home is an outcome-based transitional housing program where we provide room, board, transportation, case management, and mentoring for anywhere from 6 to 14 months. Those who graduate the program will have secured permanent employment, sustainable housing, and transportation. If Mark 12 has been given a vehicle, the people in the program get first priority. They also, upon graduation, will have $3,000 to $5,000 in their savings for an emergency fund, and we do all of this at no cost to the participants. And so we care deeply about the success of this program, about the safety of our community. Our intake process for those desiring to be in the program is significant. We are not driving into Louisville to find people to be in this program. We don't have the resources to take care of all the needs that are in our own county, let alone go to Louisville. In our intake process, it includes a background check, a drug test, an interview where those entering the program have to agree to all the policies and expectations, which include a strict schedule, random drug tests, group meetings, behavior standards, and more. Our program is not equipped to help those in active addiction, sex offenders, arsons, or those who have committed violent felonies. They're just not in the program. We rely on other organizations like Isaiah House to help those who were unable to help. Not everybody's ready for this program, to meet the expectations of this program, and so our intake process is designed to help weed them out. Currently, Pathway Home participants travel from church to church each night, staying in different locations. And while we appreciate the churches, we believe the program will be healthier and more impactful if we can have a consistent space for those in the program to find rest and community after a long day's work. So Grace Village is what we hope will provide this. It involves 6 bunkhouses, a community building, and a house for the program director. 2 of the bunkhouses will be designated for veterans, and the maximum number of participants in the program would be 12. Currently, we average 5 to 6. Grace Village will be fenced and gated with the only way in and out next to the director's house. There'll be security cameras, key fob locks with timestamps, the program director living on site. The program has high accountability. And we want to be known for transparency. We invite the community, we invite city council, mayor, come and observe, become a volunteer, ask questions, look at our finances. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. Our funding comes from various sources. About half of our revenue comes from the thrift store, and our hope is that one day having around 80% of our funding that we would be self-sufficient as a ministry, 80% self-sufficient. A new and bigger thrift store will help with that. Most of the rest of our revenue comes from generous donors, like individuals, churches, local businesses. We receive very little from grants because we're a ministry and we don't want the red tape that goes along with a lot of the grants. Lastly, some have asked, why did Perry choose Bullock County to start Mark 12? And the story actually starts with Mercy Hill, the church that I helped plant. We planted out of First Baptist Mount Washington, and we chose Shepherdsville 13 years ago because of the population growth. We talked about population growth. And at that time, it's still booming. Population growth has far outpaced church growth. And so we recognize that even if every church in Shepherdsville was filled to capacity, there would still be thousands of people who wouldn't be able to fit into a church home. And I still believe today that there's a huge need for more church plants in this area. So early on, as a church plant, we engaged the community by dropping eggs out of a helicopter at the fairgrounds, which I know sounds crazy, but we attracted thousands of people to this event every year. And this is where Perry and Laura, his wife, were first introduced to myself and to Mercy Hill. This is over 9 years ago at this point. They've served our church faithfully ever since. And about 6 years ago, a group of concerned citizens and public officials met at Mercy Hill to discuss the possibility of opening up a white flag shelter. And long story short, Perry and Laura ended up running the shelter and came to realize that they love the ministry. Both of them took a leap of faith, quit their good-paying jobs to make a difference in our community. I know that they don't have a Bullock County address right now. They've been looking. Hopefully soon they will. I promise you, though, their hearts are here. Thank you for your time.
Sam, no. Hold on a minute. You'll stay up here for a minute. No, it's good. The reason why I wanted it done is because we've heard different things. I just want you all to understand that. That goes for the community to understand what you're doing, okay? The transparency, you're all welcome to go see it. It's got to be what you say it is, because Nathan and I had conversations. If it's not what you, Perry, and you guys say that is, we'll shut it down. And I mean that not to be derogatory. I do it in a loving way. We appreciate people, what they do in our community, but we do need to make sure it's understood. There's an expectation, and I think if you do exactly what you do, it's going to make an impact in the right way. But the residents are concerned, and I want them to know that maybe they need to come see you and make sure the security is what it was. Make sure it's all the things that they're concerned with, they get to see. That's how you build that partnership. And I think, again, there's been a lot of misinformation. I just wanted you to do that before we actually get into the second reading of this. So I appreciate you doing that for everybody here and anybody that's listening to this, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Mayor, with all due respect, I don't believe that's not right. We was told the last two meetings that nobody was allowed to speak. After the first meeting, we spoke, and now you're allowing him to come back up and re-saying everything that he's already told zoning and us. And it's not fair for him to be able to speak and the citizens.
Well, again, the reason for that is to make sure everybody holds them accountable. The residents have been concerned with things. I wanted you to hear what they said that they're going to do.
We've heard it.
Right. Again, listen, we're not going to do this meeting. I wanted you all.
Glad you allowed it.
Okay. If you want to come up here and get a couple minutes, you're more than welcome, Sam. Ma'am, we can calm down.
Sir, I didn't have a list.
That's right. No, but again, what would you say that's different than what you said before? I just wanted to clarify.
Nothing's different. We still don't agree with it. I've got pictures of the truck where they got their thrift store already built, and garbage is everywhere during the day and night. We've already went through all this discussion twice, three times. The council's already aware of everything he's put forth.
Can I ask
They
you a question?
gave you papers. It's on your laptops. The attorney spoke at the zoning and here. We've already discussed this.
Okay.
It's totally unfair for you to have him come up with a written speech.
I
was not prepared to come up and talk because we was told we was not allowed to for the last 2 times.
So let me ask you this. The reason why, we've heard so many people call it a homeless shelter.
No, they called it that. That's what zoning called it. When I called zoning.
Well, that's not what,
They
that
said
is
it
not
was-
true. It's a tourism camp.
They told me it was for the purpose of rezoning from ag B1 to B2 for the purpose of a homeless shelter / tourist camp.
Got it.
Now, that's what zoning told me when I called them.
Well, I don't know
I
who you
get the
talked to at zoning.
zoning, I got the zoning, and they said, well, we don't know where this
got any
homeless stuff come
documentation?
up. They had 20-something people come up and stand.
We know all
Almost
that.
every one of them spoke about the homeless around here. They had people from the Board of Education come, they had people from the
Okay.
public library, where I pay my taxes to, come up and speak of what should be in my neighborhood, which is totally wrong. This is our neighborhood, not the 40 people they can bring in here and come up and speak. And you to allow him to come up with a prepared speech to speak before this council on something that's already been spoke about numerous times is not right.
Do you know why?
Why what,
Did you ask
sir?
me why?
Why what, sir?
The fact finding for this has to be done in a legal way. And what we've had happen so far for this, okay, we haven't done the right information for that. Everything that's been said about this, I want to make it very clear. Sam, I'm giving you the same, you can spend 5 minutes up there. The difference is you're saying the same things you said. You're
He
a good
said
man.
the same thing, sir.
Again, what was being said about that actual facility was I wanted to make sure it was clear, because what it does by him coming up, and he knows that, I want him to come up and say exactly what he said it was gonna be. What you said it was gonna be, and everybody has their own personal opinions, he now is on record with this council and you all out there and the public watching this, that's what it's gotta be. And if it's not that, Nathan knows, and so does Perry, and everybody else knows, that will not be able to
Who's
be
gonna hold
established.
them to standard?
We have a code enforcement
Code
law
enforcement officer. I knew that was coming. That was my next thing. The
Okay.
code enforcement has not done their job for 18 to 20 years I've been here.
We've done more in the last 2 years, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
You
I
can
think
still
it's really
ride
unfair
by,
to those
you can
folks.
still ride by the
Okay.
thrift store and see the dump out front.
Okay.
And the garbage. Code enforcement's not doing a thing to them. Once they build this up there, what are we gonna call, we're gonna call code. They're gonna say, okay, we'll get to it. They'll come out, they'll pick something up.
So you don't think
Okay,
we're gonna
let's
do, you think we're just gonna let this thing turn into something really bad? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what it's gonna turn into.
Okay, so
We
it
had
sounds like-
we had nothing like this in the city.
Okay, again, okay, the legal process that has to be followed for this is they got zoned for it. Okay, they came and made the presentation to you, and the reason why he did that today was outline exactly the security issues, who can be in there, the financial piece in this. So if they don't do those things, guess what? That will not stay.
Okay.
But what if they do
again,
those things?
What if somebody, all right, the success rate, what is the success rate of this? We don't know.
Okay,
We don't know.
So they're not
All
gonna
right?
stay.
At the most, any transitional housing success rate's 80%.
okay,
And that's if they done, if you study, at least 2 years in.
okay.
Okay? This is 3 to 6 month program. And he has, there's
Sam, it's
no.
not a three, no, stop. It is not a 3 to 6 month. They just sit there and
Mayor?
told you it was a 6-month program. Yeah, they had,
3
I
to
think,
6
one
months.
person that was gonna stay less than that because they were in there for a different reason. I heard them at the planning commission. They were in there for a different reason. So if you're gonna get up and speak, that's fine. But you've gotta state the correct facts. It is 6 months, and in fact,
3 to 6 months is what he told the council. 3 to 6 months is
I'm
what he
just-
said up
We
here
can
and
check the
speak and
minutes.
told the Sounds
We can
Council.
we can take the minutes. We can check all that.
What, pardon me?
We can check all that as far as documentation. We
Yeah.
can check minutes. We can check all that.
Yeah, it's,
But Sam, listen, I think you're a good man. I do think you have your opinion. That's why I give you the opportunity. If you think it's unfair, I just wanted to make sure it was clear because there's been so many things said about that. I think it's clear for the public and for all of you to know that when it comes down to the facts, if it is not what it's supposed to be, I'm telling you, as mayor and as the law enforcement piece in this, we won't let it stay. We wouldn't let that go anywhere. Okay, we won't let that go. And that's the thing that has to, because what if it succeeds?
how long has the Hallett property been sitting there, sir?
I don't know.
Like that in disarray?
I don't know.
I can tell you there's 20, 40.
Okay.
Okay, how long has the Fifth Street house been there?
I think 3
It's
years.
still bagged up.
Yeah. Oh, listen, it's in the court system to be foreclosed.
Yeah, but how long has it been there though? It's been on the news for years.
Okay, it's been there I know that I've only been in office 2
Okay,
years
well,
and 9
for
months.
years it's
Okay.
been there, for years.
Okay.
I take code enforcement 30 seconds to ride by and say, hey, this should not be.
Okay, no, you don't even know the process. If you want to come to the office, I'll show you all the documentation. I'll show you all the stuff you want to know. I'll show you all the court stuff here. I can show you all that we have to go through. Court system doesn't work like that.
The court system don't, but code enforcement does.
no, sir,
No,
not
it
with what we're
doesn't.
trying to do with the
No.
house on Fifth Street.
Well, you're trying to take his house now.
You've been trying to take us
Correct.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
All
does
we're
take
asking
time,
is
and it
clean
should
it
take
up.
time.
All we're
If a
asking
court's
is
gonna
clean it
boot
up.
you out of your house, it should take some time, sir. It shouldn't be done
I'm
in
not
a
asking him
week.
to move out. I'm just saying he shouldn't be allowed to put fishing hooks in his backyard.
You're correct.
He
That's why
shouldn't be
we are,
allowed to
that's why we're taking the path
sandbag
we're
his house
taking.
up. The Howlett should not be allowed to have the dump down the street that they've had for however many years,
But what
20
about-
that I've been here.
Okay, but what if the fact that they actually get the property and they're gonna clean that up?
They've been cleaning up for 20 years, sir, that I've been here.
No, he means the new owners.
Oh, I'm talking about the new owners. Okay, okay.
And-
Again, there's an expectation with that too.
By the way, we don't know if there's other places in this. So transitional housing is residential. You could have a transitional house down your street and you may not know it.
They are, and they're certified and licensed.
Not transitional homes, no, sir.
Well, they should be. Maybe
Well, then you take
maybe the
that up with our
council needs to
Congress.
come
You
up with
take that
a,
out with our state representatives.
maybe the council needs to
It's
come
a
up with
state
something that's.
legislation.
And it is, they do have they do have licenses and
For
certain
recovery
things
housing, yes,
for
that
certain
provide
things
more
in
medical.
City of Louisville, E-Town.
Okay, so but do you think it's fair, we're trying to answer questions with you now, giving you the same time that we gave Nathan?
I think it is fair, but he had a prepared speech to come up
But
here and tell
he just basically read what he basically.
Because he's
just
been
told.
repeating the same thing. Will they also tell you this is not the only place they want to have? Will he also tell you they want to have 3 of them?
That's
Will he also
irrelevant
tell
to
you-
this question of whether
Will he
this
also tell you that
land
he wants
use-
to have one here for women, one for men, and one for vets? This is not gonna be the only one, so once you allow this, there's gonna be more to come.
Well,
And it's in his own words.
by the way, it's coming. It's coming. We cannot stop it would be against federal law. It's
are you
against the
talking
Fair
to me like
Housing
this,
Act.
ma'am?
It would come, and it's going to come. We cannot
Yeah.
stop
I
it.
think the important thing she's trying to tell you is that state and federal law actually supersede the things.
But I
we're
don't
doing.
understand why she's yelling at me.
Well, I think she's just passionate about
I'm
that.
very, I
We
speak
got
loud, sorry.
microphones and, I mean, she addressed me once before with this and I didn't,
No, it's
think
okay.
that was very
No,
polite neither.
we're not.
but-
But Sam, listen, I appreciate you bringing your concerns. I think you've been very, very consistent about your concerns about that neighborhood area, and I appreciate that. But when we're
And I
making
ain't talking about
decisions,
flooding, so.
well, again, looking at what's going on in that area, there's a legal process that goes through, and they are with what they're looking to put there. The thing is, we have to hold them accountable for that, because if not, and that includes the residents too. If you see anything call me. I'll be glad to go out there with you.
It ain't gonna happen, sir.
Okay? And I appreciate it. Thank you. Sam Holbrook. Yep. All right. Miss Catherine, do we have, you wanna, on this ordinance 0253039? Ms. Bonnie? Yes,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. We'd love to hear explanations from you both.
I'm gonna make a motion to withdraw.
She's making a motion to withdraw ordinance 025039.
Do I have a second for that?
I'll second.
Okay. Ms. Brenda?
Mike,
Let's have a discussion first.
No, I'm sorry. We should have had that before we made the motion.
I'm gonna explain why I'm putting this withdrawal in, and I know I'm gonna make some people very unhappy and very mad, and make some people happy. It's not what I wanna do, but we've been threatened with a lawsuit by a Christian group.
Well, that's what you have an attorney for.
That's true. But it also means costing our other citizens money that they don't deserve to pay. I'm not willing to spend their money for you all to sue us. I want this done the right way. I'm not against homeless shelters, and I realize if it was residential, you could go in anyway. And that's all I was trying to do, was get it done the right way. Unfortunately, our planning and zoning made up the zoning out of his own head and complicated this for everybody. It's not the only thing that's been made up with planning and zoning, and I've argued over that too. You got rules, it's black and white. We need to follow the rules. If it's not there, then further discussions need to be made farther up, but not just make up rules. And so now it's made it difficult for you all, it's made it difficult for us, it's made it unfair to our citizens. And so now I'm laid with this problem of what do I do? I'm not for you all with the zoning that it has. I'm not. It should be done residential, not B1. And that you should follow residential rules.
But in order to save our other citizens money, that is why I'm withdrawing this ordinance. And that's the only reason why. I'm doing it because I have to do things the right way. And I apologize to the citizens who I said that I wouldn't do this. And if it costs me an election or anything, then so be it. I feel like I have to represent everybody, not just one group.
Ronnie, thank you. All right, so we got a motion and a second.
And
Mike,
Mike said yes.
Mike, you said yes? All right.
Faith,
No.
Rob,
No.
Brad,
Yes.
Bonnie.
Yes?
All right. Overrode 025039. And on the matter of 025040.
Withdraw.
I have a motion to withdraw that one.
Second.
Second by Brad.
Okay. Mike,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Bonnie,
Yes?
Rob,
No.
Faith.
No.
All right, council, I appreciate that, and for everybody here, obviously, we have to set the expectation, Mark 12. It goes back to the original planning on this. The expectation is high. Okay, and for the residents, I know you're concerned, but stay involved. Transparency is you can go see the facility. We want people to know right now that these kind of things make a difference in our community, but we have to do them right. And whether it's next, again, I've talked to Mark 12 and talked to those folks and talked about location and looking at it one way. We want to make sure that at this point, we want to make sure that you guys do the kind of things you can do, and it's going to make a difference in our community. And we appreciate that. And for a lot of folks, they need to understand the legality of that. Before we go any further, I would like to take, since we're on those two, we're on the next, on the budget, right? Is that the next one?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and do that first, and then I'm going to, Brenda, I'm going to have you, I wanted to make sure the MOUs for the folks that, can we
If
give
they
them?
want to come up, I'll go back there and get
Yeah,
them signed.
we're going to get you guys, if you guys come up here for a minute.
We can wait while she does that if you
We
want
can't,
to.
why don't we do it after this, because I do first readings and
Yes,
there's
all
no
right, let's
vote.
do that. We're going to do second reading. I'm sorry. You brought back up there. I see it. I saw you brought back up with you. All right. All right. No, it's okay. Let's do the second reading on the budget. Let's get that thing finished real quick. All right. Ms. Catherine?
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance 025042, an ordinance amending ordinance 024018, adopting the City of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky annual budget for fiscal year July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 by estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operation of city government, sponsored by Council Member Bonnie Enloe. Whereas the City Council adopted ordinance 024018, adopting the annual budget for the operation of city government for fiscal year July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, on June 10th, 2024, and whereas the City Council desires to amend ordinance 024018 to more accurately reflect the city's operations during the fiscal year July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, now therefore be ordained by the City of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, Section 1, ordinance 024018, adopted on June 10th, 2024, is hereby amended as follows. Section 2, Section 1 is hereby amended as follows. Resources available in general fund, transferred in ARPA and bonds, deleted $16,702,500, added $14,702,500. Funds carried forward, deleted $2,302,211.63, added $866,700.49. Total funds carried forward, deleted $19,004,711.63, added $15,569,200.49. Total resources available for appropriations, deleted $48,007,707.32, added $44,572,196.18. Excess, everything else remained the same. Excess of resources over under appropriations, deleted $8,213,108.35, added $4,777,597.21. Estimated fund balance to be carried forward to fiscal year 2025-2026, deleted $8,213,108.35, added $4,777,597.21. Section 3, the provisions of this ordinance are hereby declared severable, and if any section, clause, line, paragraph, or part of this ordinance shall for any reason be declared invalid or unconstitutional. The same shall not affect the validity of the remainder of this ordinance. Section 4, all prior ordinances or parts of any prior ordinance in conflict herewith are hereby repealed. Section 5, this ordinance is adopted in accordance with KRS 83A.060 in that it was introduced and given first reading on October 13th, 2025, and given second reading on October 27th, 2025, and shall be in full force and effect upon publication pursuant to KRS Chapter 424.
All right, and I want to reiterate exactly what this is. This is making the adjustment, make sure that our statement, our financial statement is correct. And what they did also, we have to have that for audit purposes. They got to have a correct number. So that 8.2 was not the correct number. It's a clerical error. We've made that adjustment. We had the first reading, had a second reading. So we just want to make sure our numbers look good. They follow all right. That 4.8 is moved over into this year's budget. So want to make sure that you're clear on that for everybody here. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Oh, well, I've got Faith first and then you second. All right. She beat you. I mean, it's really close. Yeah, I got Faith as the first and Bonnie as the second.
I was fast that time.
You were
I had
fast.
candy in my mouth.
All right, Miss Brenda.
All right. Brad?
Yes.
Excuse me,
Oh,
you have excess here, do you have an increase in funds going into this budget?
sir, that 4.777 is the 4.8 that you see in your new budget that I've mentioned on several occasions.
Okay, so that's an increase,
Yes.
so that's good for reappropriation?
No, sir, that was the actual, if you look at the budget for this year, the 4.8, it is in the budget numbers for this year's budget. That was a clerical error that had 8.2 there. It should have been a 4.777.
All right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the numbers are right. We had a clerical error on the 8.2, and when I was talking to Jennifer a few weeks back, I just told her that was a clerical error, that we'd make sure that it was corrected, to make sure we had the right number there. We got to have it for the audit purposes as well as yeah, it's good.
I just hate to see money slip away, you know?
Money's not slipping away nowhere. We got to have money spent, but no, ain't no money slipping away. No money slipping away. We would let that happen, Mike. All right, yeah, all right, we got a motion and a second.
Okay.
All right,
Mike?
Yes,
Oh. Faith?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yes.
And Bob?
No,
and is there any reason for this? You got to know that?
it's last year's budget, and I'm not voting on last year's budget. It's carryover. It just gets carried over to a new
I
budget.
just want to make sure I got a clarification. I want to make sure that everybody knows, one of the things we're going to be doing is making sure that you all, when you hear from our council, that you know they've done the due diligence, fact-finding of every different thing. You may see me inquire about that at different times. You know, just the idea that you all know that we're doing our work to make sure we give you the best decisions in our community. So I appreciate that. Now, for the fun stuff. All right, now, George, you can get up with Laura. All right,
Yeah.
if you'll come with Miss Brenda, we'll get you guys, look, you're all right there together. All right, and then when you guys come out, I'll make sure we get you sex. Tom, can we just do a kind of a quick, give my good side there, Tom? Yeah, we're just gonna give it a couple of minutes.
Do you want to do that? Motion?
We can, it won't take them that long. How long, I don't think it's gonna, let me ask her, let me check. If you need to go, do you want?
He thinks I need a break, but I don't.
Well, I thought she did.
Well, that's okay. Well, if you guys, we'll hang in for a few minutes if you don't mind, but I'm gonna actually make a motion to, yes. Oh, I do. I wanna make sure, since I've got everybody else here, I do want you all to know that, I'm in contact with, the 16-year-old today. I'm in contact with her aunt. She is doing much better. I want you to know, obviously it's something, keep her in your prayers. That she went through surgery earlier today and seems like she's doing better, so we'll keep you up with that. We're also in the process of trying to find out all the details. So we'll be spending a couple of days trying to find exactly what happened this morning, because there's a lot of speculation and you can't work like that. We really need to make sure we got the information correctly so we can give something out. We are always working with KYTC. 44 is a challenge, and you got schools out there with no light. So it makes a challenge for us. So we're gonna be looking at those things. We've talked to them before about certain things we can do. So once we have all the information, we'd like to come back with some of the things that we're working on, so you guys kind of get a resolution of what we're gonna do to try to keep helping that situation. So hang in there with this a minute, I'll find out what's going on. I've seen you work on your products. Good job.
They stay clean. They do stay clean.
All right, thank you all for being here. Hang on, we're back now.
Here, I'll
Right.
let you sign these now.
All right, I'll sign those in a minute. All right, real quick for you guys. Come back up here for a minute. Tom's gonna get a picture. Come on. Come on up here. All of you, come up here, George. You're a part of this. I see you do a lot of work with this. Yeah. Make sure I get the right checks to the right people. All right. House Ministries. Hold on to that check.
Yep.
Morgan's Bishop. Hold on to that check. All right, come on, get a poster. I think y'all see it up here.
Do you need these two when I'm done?
Yeah, yeah, you can stand for me.
When I scan them to them,
There you go. She has you covered. All right. Appreciate what you guys are doing. God bless you. Seriously.
Thank you
these are all
all.
first readings, no more votes.
Hey, Lori, are you doing a fundraiser in the fall? I know, don't you?
Let's get some work done in that community. Keep working on that stuff. All right. I'll sign those in there for you, Miss Brenda.
All righty.
All right.
And I can get them back to them too,
All right.
and to Holly tonight.
All right.
Take some money.
There's one.
Okay.
Do you want me to mention it to you? Are you? So you can.
All right. If we could.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Laura. All right. We're going to get back started here again. All right. Ms. Catherine is going to read 8.1025043.
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance 025043, an ordinance amending the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map as amended, changing the zoning of 1.699 acres more or less located at West Bullock Road in the city of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, also known as parcel 036-000-0013D from R3 residential to B2 central business, sponsored by Councilmember Bonnie Enlow. Summary. Section 1, the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission held a public hearing on September 11, 2025, docket number 2025Z-36, and based on the testimony and evidence presented at that hearing, recommended that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map be amended to change the zoning of 1.699 acres more or less located at West Bullock Road, also known as parcel 036-000-0013D, hereinafter subject property, from R3 residential to B2 central business. Section 2 sets forth that the City Council held a public hearing on October 13, 2025. Section 3 sets forth that the City Council adopts the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission's findings of fact and recommendations, including but not limited to any and all restrictions placed on the subject property as set forth in docket number 2025Z-36. Section 4 sets forth that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map are hereby amended to change the zoning of the subject property from R3 residential to B2 central business. Section 5 sets forth the severability clause. Section 6 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 7 sets forth the publication requirement.
All right, thank you for that. That's our first reading on that. Obviously, our next reading is part of that as well, right? Is that
No.
No, it's a different one. 025044, I'm sorry.
City of
Oh, yeah, I know
Shepherdsville,
what this is.
Kentucky, ordinance 025044, an ordinance amending the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map as amended, changing the zoning of 13.29 acres more or less located at 6275 South Preston Highway in the city of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, also known as parcel 048-000-00017A from AG Agricultural to R3 Residential, sponsored by Councilmember Jennifer Mendez. Summary, Section 1. The Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission held a public hearing on September 11, 2025, docket number 2025Z-37, and based on the testimony and evidence presented at that hearing, recommended that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map be amended to change the zoning of 13.29 acres more or less, located at 627 South Preston Highway, also known as parcel 048-000-0017A, hereinafter subject property, from AG Agricultural to R3 Residential. Section 2 sets forth that the City Council had a public hearing on October 13, 2025. Section 3 sets forth that the City Council adopts the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission's findings of fact and recommendations, including but not limited to any and all restrictions placed on the subject property as set forth in docket number 2025Z-37. Section 4 sets forth that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map are hereby amended to change the zoning of the subject property from AG Agricultural to R3 Residential. Section 5 sets forth the severability clause. Section 6 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 7 sets forth the publication requirement.
All right, and that's for the, Chris? All right, well, make sure we get everything squared away. All right, Ms. Catherine, we have 025045.
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance 025045, an ordinance amending the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map as amended, changing the zoning of 2.50 acres more or less located at 6275 South Preston Highway in the City of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, also known as parcel 048-000-00017A from AG Agriculture to R3 Residential, sponsored by Councilmember Jennifer Mendez. Summary, Section 1. The Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission held a public hearing on September 11, 2025, docket number 2025Z-39, and based on the testimony and evidence presented at that hearing, recommended that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map be amended to change the zoning of 2.50 acres more or less, located at 6275 South Preston Highway, also known as parcel 048-000-00017A, hereinafter subject property from AG Agriculture to R3 Residential. Section 2 sets forth that the City Council had a public hearing on October 13, 2025. Section 3 sets forth that the City Council adopts the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission's findings of fact and recommendations, including but not limited to any and all restrictions placed on the subject property as set forth in docket number 2025Z-39. Section 4 sets forth that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map are hereby amended to change the zoning of the subject property from AG Agriculture to R3 Residential. Section 5 sets forth the severability clause. Section 6 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 7 sets forth the publication requirement.
All right, again, we have now 025046.
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance 025046, an ordinance amending the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map as amended, changing the zoning of 9.10 acres more or less located at South Preston Highway in the City of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, also known as parcel 048-000-00017B from R1 Residential to R3 Residential, sponsored by Councilmember Jennifer Mendez. Summary, Section 1. The Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission held a public hearing on September 11, 2025, docket number 2025Z-38, and based on the testimony and evidence presented at that hearing, recommended that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map be amended to change the zoning of 9.10 acres more or less located at South Preston Highway, also known as parcel 048-000-00017B, hereinafter subject property, from R1 Residential to R3 Residential. Section 2 sets forth that the City Council had a public hearing on October 13, 2025. Section 3 sets forth that the City Council adopts the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission's findings of fact and recommendations, including but not limited to any and all restrictions placed on the subject property, as set forth in docket number 2025Z-38. Section 4 sets forth that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map are hereby amended to change the zoning of the subject property from R1 Residential to R3 Residential. Section 5 sets forth the severability clause. Section 6 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 7 sets forth the publication requirement.
All right, and just, I know with Chris, I know you're here, these are the three that go with that property. If you guys don't have, make sure you have numbers for him if you got any questions, to make sure if you have any questions about, we know it's residential, we know what you're doing. We appreciate that being part of the city. And obviously, our growth is gonna continue on housing, and so get busy. I'm just kidding. We got one more reading for you next meeting, and then we'll have you squared away, okay? I wanna make sure that you're aware of that. Now,
Is that that's all the EJ property, right?
yeah, all three of those are. Yep. 025047.
City of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, ordinance 025047, an ordinance amending the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map as amended, changing the zoning of 5.0 acres, more or less located at 5228 South Preston Highway in the City of Shepherdsville, Bullitt County, Kentucky, also known as parcel 048C0009001, from B1 Highway Business to R3 Residential, sponsored by Councilmember Bonnie Enlow. Summary, Section 1. The Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission held a public hearing on October 9, 2025, docket number 2025Z-44, and based on the testimony and evidence presented at that hearing, recommended that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map be amended to change the zoning of 5.0 acres more or less located at 5228 South Preston Highway, also known as parcel 048C0009001, hereinafter subject property, from B1 Highway Business to R3 Residential. Section 2 sets forth that the City Council adopts the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission's findings of fact and recommendations, including but not limited to any and all restrictions placed on the subject property, as set forth in docket number 2025Z-44. Section 3 sets forth that the Bullitt County City zoning order and the Bullitt County City zoning map are hereby amended to change the zoning of the subject property from B1 Highway Business to R3 Residential. Section 4 sets forth the severability clause. Section 5 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 6 sets forth the publication requirement.
Just reminding everybody what that is, so that's behind the country market. That's the acres.
Oh, okay.
The night,
Okay, I was
the
looking at
90
the
units.
address, I couldn't find it.
Yes, the
So,
90
little
units,
block.
remember, yeah, the 90 units, it's the Greenwell group, same group, just it's, Helen Heights is going right there.
Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they bought another property?
Yep, that's what they did, just a while back, and they came to, and that got annexed in first, and then it
Yeah.
became,
This is the property where Luann Moore came in
Yep.
on behalf and
Oh,
annexed
yeah,
it.
yep. All right, 025048.
City of Shepherdsville, ordinance 025048, an ordinance adopting text amendment 2025T-02, adding section 5.605, residential zone R5 to the zoning regulations for Bullock County and the cities of Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Mount Washington, and Shepherdsville. Sponsored by Councilmember Bonnie Enlow. Summary, section 1 sets forth that the zoning regulations for Bullock County and the cities of Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Mount Washington, and Shepherdsville are amended to add a new section creating a new residential zone known as R5 with principal permitted uses, permitted accessory uses and structures, area requirements, and setback requirements. Section 2 sets forth the severability clause. Section 3 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 4 sets forth the publication requirement.
And basically, this, just remind everybody, this text amendment is to lower it to 50 instead of the 60 that you see out there. It's what a lot of developers are talking to us about. We've had.
Lower it to 51.
I mean, the text amendment is to change the frontage
The frontage will be down to 25.
on this one. Okay, because I mean, they have, what they're doing is they're changing it so they can build more houses. A lot of folks don't want the big yards anymore, so they just have to have the flexibility. Doesn't mean we have to approve it, it allows it to be out there to change it. Is it 25?
Yeah, it's 25 front,
just make
and then
sure.
the width is 5 on each side.
Okay, that's not, I don't think that's.
You talking about
I wanna
the
make sure.
total lot size?
Yes.
You're talking about
I'm sorry.
setbacks.
I'm talking about setbacks. I thought
I'm
you were
sorry.
talking.
No,
So it's
it's a
6,000,
setbacks.
it's
Okay,
6,000
we're on the same
square
page, just
feet.
different conversations. But we
It's-
want you all to know that the home builders are looking for setbacks in order to utilize more of their land to build homes. I mean, land's becoming a more precious thing, and they add a few more houses with having this available to them. But it still has to be accepted. It's another opportunity for them. I just want to make sure you all know that there's another dimension now that they can have on that we would have to look at and see if we would approve that.
Well,
I think it's a good thing.
One thing I'll say, I had a conversation with Catherine earlier. You're gonna see more and more of these new zones where they wanna shrink lot sizes and reduce the setbacks. One of the things that commonly gets done, when they do, things that don't get addressed when they do this is the public safety aspect. So when you reduce these side yard setbacks, so you could potentially have houses that are 10 feet apart, but they can still be 2.5 stories, 35 feet tall. That can be kind of a fire hazard, especially when they have combustible veneers. A lot of people put these zones in, they don't address like how close these structures are, and they still have these combustible veneers, which one house goes up and then you have 2 or 3 go up. And I saw it in Lexington. We actually have an R4D zone that allows.
R4D?
That allows 3-foot side yard setbacks. So you could have 2.5 story houses that are literally 6 feet apart. And we've had several fires that, we burned 3 or 4 houses down, and plus you compound that by reducing the front yard setback, which reduces driveway space, which forces people to park on the street, which then you try to drive a 45 or 50-foot fire truck through there on a reduced width street, and then you're compounding the problem. So I think those are things we need to address, this on-street parking, street widths, combustible veneers.
Very good points, very good points.
Closer hydrant spacing, all those things have to be taken into account.
No, I think those are great comments, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So
All right,
does
Ms. Catherine?
this mean a developer doesn't have to go to Board of Adjustments?
No, it's, what it's doing, it's allowing at all levels that this now can be an opportunity as far as what they actually propose for their housing development.
But yes, Mike, if they wanted to build within this spec, they would no longer have to go to the Board of Adjustments.
Oh,
They would
no, I'm
come
sorry.
and just ask
I'm
for the
thinking planning
R5 zoning. Now, if you guys decided that you didn't want this for right now, it would not be allowed in Shepherdsville. It just wouldn't, and one thing to consider with what Brett had said in terms of safety, if you feel like that's something important, they are redoing the regulations. They are redoing all of that. So it may be a situation where, again, let's reach out to Charlie and let's talk to him about, hey, maybe in R5, if they're gonna be closer, maybe there's some kind of a material that they can use that would help with that we require. Okay, if you're gonna be that close, you've gotta use this material. that kind of stuff. Just things for you all to think about.
All right, well, thank you.
Well, they have a little bit of problem back in Mount Lake already,
Oh, right.
you know, with parking on the street.
Yeah.
Driveways weren't big enough,
Right.
you know.
Good
So
point.
does this only apply to these cities?
We're actually in the process of either approving it or not. Yeah, we are part of that.
No.
Yep, they,
Yeah, so each city, the planning commission approved it, so in the county, they
Okay.
were now BR5. Each city has to, approve it. Based on the fact that Hillview actually wrote a resolution to support it, I'm gonna go with, it'll be approved there. In fact, I think this came out of a development that wanted to be done in Hillview. So I know Hillview will approve it,
and
and I don't know about
they're
the other
interested in coming
cities.
here. No, I want, the company that actually approached me
No.
about it, they wanna come here and build houses. So we're obviously interested in seeing what they're gonna do with it, but again, we can, I think the materials could be an interesting thing, Brad.
I do too.
Thank you for that. All right, Ms. Catherine, 025049.
City of Shepherdsville, ordinance 025049, an ordinance amending section 9.400, schedule of fees, charges, and expenses to the zoning regulations for Bullitt County and the cities of Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Mount Washington, and Shepherdsville, sponsored by Councilmember Bonnie Enlow. Summary, section 1, sets forth that the zoning regulations for Bullitt County and the cities of Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Mount Washington, and Shepherdsville are amended as set forth in the ordinance. Section 2 sets forth that section 9.400 related to the fee schedule is amended with respect to the fees for zoning map amendments, printed materials, zoning compliance for additions to buildings, plat surveys, revisions of plat surveys, conditional use permits, dimensions, variances, zoning certification, and postage fees and handling. Section 3 sets forth the severability clause. Section 4 sets forth the repeal of prior ordinances in conflict with this ordinance. Section 5 sets forth the publication requirement.
And if you've seen all the fees, are pretty standard. I mean, what she's got put in there for everybody to see. So if you have any questions about that, reach out to Ms. Catherine on that. Okay? I mean, I think it's pretty good. All right, with all that said, no executive session and no departments. Chief, I think we did everything with our meeting today, so we're not gonna do any departments, but I do wanna obviously give the council a chance to say a few things here. So I don't wanna hear from you, Chief. That's what it's code for. I don't want to hear from you. He was being mean to me all day today. I can't take it today. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, Chief. All right, no worries. With that said, Mike, what do you got for us? Anything interesting, sir?
Well, not a lot.
Okay.
Did you already cover this 49?
She just read it, yeah.
And do what?
Ordinance 49.
Yes, we just,
Yes, that's the fees. Yeah, I just
Yes.
read the summary.
Okay. What was the, I'm trying to think, I guess the reasoning, there's an awful lot of, ones that have, fees that have been eliminated and just lumped into one. What was the purpose of it?
I do not know.
Or how did they come up with the figures?
I do not know. I did not attend that planning commission meeting, so I'm not really for sure how, if I had to guess, they probably tried to make it a little bit more simplified, but I have no idea.
Yeah, so this was from planning and, planning commission?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm glad to see the opioid money distributed to those that are in need of it. I hope that'll do our community a lot of good. Like you said, I know there's accountability in there, and I think we, should follow it and make sure it's spent according to the plans that are laid out. So that's about all I have this
no,
evening.
we appreciate it. And I do agree with you. We do want to get our local nonprofits involved and more things that we can help us with resources. Ms. Faith?
All I have is I want to thank the community that has reached out to me since I had to leave the last council meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
And I had a lot of people call me, even that night while I was in the hospital, so.
Well, we're glad you're doing
It warms
better.
my heart to know people love me.
Yeah, we love you.
You know.
We love you. All right.
That's all I have.
All right. Mr. Rob?
I relinquish my time to Chief Smith.
Oh. He relinquished it. Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Speaking of opioid money, sorry, how much do we have left now?
So I don't have the total. I think it's in the 150s. I can go with A&G on that. So we're actually giving out 32,000 this year. And what I'd like to do is see how these groups actually do what they do. It's kind of like a job interview, right?
If they go out there and we see them investing and we see some results, it's the incentive to get it again next year. And that's kind of the process behind this, is we want to see you do good things and making that difference in these folks' lives. I'll tell you, this could be the way that we go with it. We did some research on it, and obviously, thank you, Catherine. She did a lot of the legalities to make sure. The biggest part is it's more of what the opioid money says you can do with it. It's pretty much, it's out of our hands. But so we know that we've got people doing things, and we've always done the same thing. I want to do something different. I mean, I tell you, when you've gone to a Morgan's Mission event, I've seen it, and it's really impactful. And I just take that for one, but everybody's doing good work. And again, trying to help those in need. But I think the resources will actually filter itself out when we start seeing the results of what's going on with these folks that need the help. And you gotta have resources. It's not, and I know it's not, when we're helping people, there's not a cost factor that they're gonna pay you for their help, right? It ain't gonna happen. So this nonprofit aspect of it should give you guys better resources. And hopefully every year, that's something I'd love to keep giving that money out every year. Because we continue to get the money. We haven't done anything with the money for like 3 or 4 years.
I think it's great that we're doing this.
Yeah,
KLC told us to anticipate getting this money for about another 15 years.
Yeah, it just keeps coming. It's about all the lawsuits with all the different pharmaceuticals and Walgreens and CFSs, CVSs and stuff. So that's where that money comes from. It's through lawsuits that they give this money back to the cities to utilize it in a good fashion. And a lot of times they've always done the same thing, and I just always shake it up. So, good comment. Yeah.
And I haven't asked about the drainage project.
You
recently,
get out of
but-
here.
but
Clock out.
How's it coming?
Go over there.
I haven't been.
You could go, they're digging it out. Jason was working on 2 days ago. You gotta go see it. It's on the other side of the playground. So just, when you get over there, just tell me, Councilman, just put a hat on and go walk over there. You'll see that Jason's digging it out. Because the way that all looks like it, you can see it. The water's through it, and they've got where the daylight is. So where the dog park is close to it, you see where it's gonna daylight out. So you've got that end of it goes to the front end, and they're almost right at the Public Works building. So you can see it dug out. But yeah, go see. I mean,
I did go and look at Lighthouse because they are working over
Oh,
there, so they're fixing that part, and that makes me happy.
Yep.
But I haven't been over there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, and so just so you all know, next spring we are going to actually allocate and do bidding for, and maybe this December. I can't remember what it is now. That they're actually going to bid for the other piece, the West Blue Lake. We're working right now to get the money allocated for that. There's some grant money that we get for that, but that's going to be the West Blue Lake that's in between the two schools. Runs between the two schools and ties into that 96-inch line. So it could reasonably be by the end of next year, maybe the spring of 2027, that you can see work actually being built, that leg of it. Those two things are gonna be critical. That water's gonna come to that and tee it right between the schools. And we should hope that mitigates about 20% of the problem over there. I mean, 20% of our problem as a city. It's just a fishbowl over there. And we're hoping that actually takes care of it. So go see it, sir.
All right.
All right. No,
That's all I have.
All right, no worries. Thank you, Brad. All right, Brad, what do you got? All right. Miss Bonnie, what you got?
Nothing.
All right. Well, thank you all. Listen, council, thank you. I know we've always had some tough decisions, but I just encourage you to keep digging around, do some detective work, and get the best decision for yourself and the community.
Motion to adjourn.
Real quick before you make that motion, I just wanted to let you all know, keep you updated. Charlie got our text amendment on the docket for November 13th, which is good, sooner the better. And due to what he called the glaring omission in our regulations, he actually waived the $1,000 text amendment fee for us. That was nice because, as I told him, since this is really required by federal law, our citizens in the city of Shepherdsville should not have to bear that cost alone. So, but that'll be at the Planning Commission here in November. I expect them to pass it since it's pretty much a formality given the law. But I just want to let you all know that in case for some reason you wanted to come.
All right, and I got a hot off the press. We had 135,000 before disbursements. So we have about 103 left. I got my chief financial officer just texted me.
All right.
Thank you, Angie.
And motion to adjourn.
All right.
And second.
All right, Bonnie's got a second on that? All right, real quick. Got it.
See, we had executive session.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Faith?
Yes.
Rob?
Okay.
Brad?
Yes.
And Bonnie?
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you and good night. Thank you all for coming out.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
In terms of like the withdrawal. It's okay. It's Okay. A lot of people have in the I mean,
So when they.
because I had to leave the
voted
last
to withdraw
council
the
meeting
news,
while we
it
were
was
in
went back
exec,
to
because
the
I was having
finance
trouble breathing.